Alright, what's up, guys? So, right here, I want to test out Anubis with Scorch 9 or with Survival 9. So you can see that they're both at level 9. And I found my friend right here, Tashida's base. I was practicing against it. And I just wanted to see, and like, it's a really tough base. He has a really good breakthrough 30 team. And I think this is a really helpful base to practice against, so let's just try it. And right off the bat, I've tried it a couple times, and I think I know how to attack it. Right off the bat, you see Anubis dies really quickly. And yeah, so this time he got his double proc off. Now we need to drop. I really hate that. Yeah, so now he's not gonna revive who he did. Alright. Boom. So we got 74%, even though I did mess up the attack. Because you're only supposed to drop Anubis to start. That was on my bad. But as you can see, we're at 93%. We haven't even dropped off Keeper. Boom. Dredrick, 100%. So let's try it again. But this time I'm just gonna drop Anubis with the survival just to see how much. Yeah, you see, he didn't even make it. He just got his proc off. So he's dead at 247. Did he clear the troops? He didn't clear all the troops. So now we have to bring in Minotaur right here. And he got 81%. And drop some troops. Drop 3. And there you go, 100%. So I was struggling against it, but I was trying to be fancy, and you don't really need that. So let's see if Scorch is better. So we have Scorch 9, and I'll use the Revitalize 7. I could use the Revitalize 9, but since we used the 8 for survival, let's just use the 7 for Scorch. And let's see if there's a difference on it. So let's do the same thing again. Just drop him right here. Level 9, Scorch. And he's down at 252 and 248. And this guy, this time he cleared all the troops though. So let's see. Alright, so this time Mino couldn't get there to proc in time. And yeah, so you can see that clearing the extra troops really helped. So let's try again. Alright, so here we go. He got his proc off, the initial proc. He's dead at 256. 252, he's back. And all the troops are gone again. Then drop Minnow. Boom. Yeah, so let's try one more time just for good measure, and then I'll go back to the survival just so we can see like what the difference is. Like alright, so he got silence right there, so he did clear most of the troops. The thing about getting silenced though is that survival can also be silenced, so that's not really a good indication. Just the same way that Minotaur can get silenced over here. So now we just drop some troops right here. Drop 3 entire, and then he should go right there. Boom, got him. Alright, so let's go back to the survival. We can also try Scorch with survival to see if that's even better. You won't get the initial proc off, and you won't get initial procs off every time he revives. But let's see if that's even better than, because you can see he takes a lot of damage. But he died the first time at 256, then at 252, and he got silenced. So, and also left some troops there. Yeah, so you can see how from what I'm seeing, I think Scorch Revitalized might be better. That's just from what I'm seeing. Because from every time that we tried it, the Scorch, he got silenced again, so that doesn't really count. If he gets silenced, then either one can get silenced, so you could just restart the attack if you wanted to be honest, since any attack where they get silenced, you could just restart it, since there's no point in continuing. And then bam. Alright. So there's both, but I think let's go back to Revitalize Survival. And let's see if, because we did try with Scorch 3 times, and each time we use Scorch, the Guardians all disappeared. Time. And we used a weaker Revitalize, so let's see. So he died at 256, he died again at 254, he's surviving, and he's dead at 249, and the troops are still there. And he's dead. Use some Guardians, boom. And there you go. Alright. So let's see the Scorch one last time, just to see the major difference. Alright, so there's a Scorch and Revitalize 7. That's not bad actually. 25 Karmic Rocks. Alright, so we'll go in this is the last one. So we're gonna go in with Scorch. You saw 250, he died. 255. And all the troops are dead. So that's just what I'm noticing. Boom, you see that? It's more cleaner with the Scorch. That's why when my buddy Tasman did the video and then he replaced the Scorch, I was telling him on line chat that the way he was talking about Revive, how it's like impossible to get as an insignia, a high level Revive. Scorch is also a very hard insignia to get, and you shouldn't replace talents that are hard to get as insignias as opposed to survival, which comes out of Prime 9 bags, because you can get a bunch of them, especially if you're pay to play. You can get a bunch of high level 8 and 9 survival insignias, but you can't buy a high level Scorch insignia. You can, but it's not as common these days, so that's why you shouldn't replace talents that are hard to get. even though I did replace my Scorch 9 for Blade Dance 9, for Blade Dance, it's because I don't use it anymore. So on Ronin, I think it's like Revive is the best talent. These days, it's a top tier talent. But replacing the Scorch was really hard for me to do because I didn't want to do it. But I also don't. I also want to see like Blade Dance, and I couldn't put it on already had it on Sasquatch, so that's why I went with Ronin, since I want to see it on my main account just to see if it's actually worth using or not. And I would actually, if I had a Scorch 9, I would run Revive 9 and Scorch 9 on Ronin rather than Survival, because Scorch is just a better talent in my opinion. Since that's what we were doing right here, and from what I saw, this is just my opinion. From what I saw the Scorch actually working better than the. Oh, come on. I saw the Scorch working better than the Survival, because every time we used Survival, there were still some Guardians, some troops left, and every time we used Scorch, it was a clean attack. So I'm gonna use a Minnow to Minnow Bomb Guild Wars, so hopefully it goes fine. And yeah, I think this strategy is pretty good. The only real risk you have is your tree getting silenced, but if your tree gets silenced, Minnow doesn't come back. So it's gonna be pretty easy, and I'm just gonna keep practicing on some tough bases, and we'll see how it goes. To be honest, I don't think I have any friends with hard bases. Let's try one, and let's see how it goes. He always has the defense up. I don't have any troops, so this is basically a waste of time. But let's just see. Let's drop Minotaur right here. Easy base. Drop 3. And 100% no guardians. And we killed Ripper. And let's try one more. Nielsen. The bank always has a good defense up. Yep. I really like his Athena. It's really well built. And he has a Ripper. Alright, so this is a hard base. Breakthrough 30. Alright. So we're gonna do this. Drop them right here against the Walla. And he got stunned 3 times. And did nothing. Oh no, actually cleared them. Wow. Alright. Oh, the cow's dead. Let's see. Boom. That's what I'm saying. You see that? Let's try Scorch. Let's try and this is with a level 7. This is a level 8 this is a level 7 Revitalize, and then I'm using a level, like I could use a level 9 Revitalize against I could use a level 9 Revitalize for my alright, so right here. Alright, so this time all the troops died. All the troops are dead. Yeah, so that time it was the same. Yeah, so that time it was the same, and I honestly feel Scorch is more reliable. That's just my opinion. I know Survival will get the proc off, like usually, but I feel like Scorch is just better overall, especially at 10 of 10, 80% chance of activation. And then once IGG makes 11 of 11 and 12 of 12, whatever, eventually, since we probably will, they'll probably add bonuses to it. So I feel like Scorch is just gonna get better. So hopefully you enjoyed it, and peace out.